rockets. These are missiles, yeah. These are fucking missiles.
They should have you sign the walls. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I really doubt that Conor will get into the White House. Let's simply accept that idea, however. Will Conor manage to influence the press even if he doesn't win? He's been claiming a return for the past 5 years. If the president's I wasn't there, yet you'll catch me in November, you'll catch me next January. Or could that be McGrath's ultimate trick? I feel you remain among the rare folks who still trust Cather sometimes. You don't, pal. Most folks don't, yet you do. I recall that moment when I was cracking up at you. I said, relax, you're just like the girlfriend, bro, who simply returns each time. Man, he's just a jerk. Like you realize he's not good enough for you, yet each time he rings, you're like, you know what? Perhaps he's different. Therefore, Joe, you still think that Conor's returning. He isn't going to the White House. Even though no rival has been declared, Conor McGregor is training like the bout has already been.
I seriously doubt Conor will make it to the White House, but let's entertain that idea for a moment. Even if he doesn't win, can Conor still dominate the headlines? He's been teasing a comeback for the past 5 years, always saying, catch me in November, or you'll see me next January. Could this be McGregor's ultimate trick? You're one of the few people who still believes in him. Most don't, but you do. I remember laughing at you once, telling you to relax because you're like that person who keeps going back to... Conor McGregor is training as if the fight is already signed. Everyone can sense McGregor preparing for this moment. The White House card is set. All that's left is finding out who dares to step up and challenge him. Speculation is running wild about which fighter Trump and his administration are considering. McGregor himself has said he's negotiating with the United States on behalf of Ireland for this fight, calling it a truly unique situation. He's expressed gratitude for Trump and his government's support, saying he can't wait. The uncertainty only amplifies the buzz. While McGregor trains as if his return is guaranteed, giving vague answers and shrugs whenever the topic comes up. The signs point in one direction, but White acts like nothing is decided. His reluctance seems calculated, especially given the White House's involvement. It's not disbelief, but rather a strategic pause before making official what already feels inevitable. You can't imagine any scenario where Conor doesn't...
He was like, you know what? I want to be on the White House card. What do I got to do? They're like, okay, you fight the winner of Volkov versus Johnson Almeida. Bet. And then he beats Johnson Almeida. And that's okay, perfect. You're going to fight the winner of XYZ on the White House. Perfect. I'm all for it. But I just don't like when somebody's iced, sitting there chilling. They get to pick and choose what they do. Maybe they earn that right. I have no idea, right? But for me, I want to see guys who are putting the fucking, rubber to the pavement. Whether in all the accomplishment John Jones has done, it's amazing. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that if we got guys who are on the roster who are fucking fighting their asses off, they should have the first dibs to get on the White House. Even for Conor, we don't need his ass on the White House, right? But I know him and Donald Trump, they got some good things going. But I just don't want to see other athletes miss out on an opportunity that are fighting.
White becomes even more guarded when discussing potential matchups. He dismisses the McGregor versus Chandler fight as old news, not worthy of a presidential-level event. Other big names get mentioned, like John Jones. But every suggestion has its complications. The message is clear. Star power matters, but I also heard Joe Rogan recently suggesting you could have Alex fight John Jones at the White House. Does that make sense to you at 205 pounds? This contradiction highlights the divide perfectly. While Dana White keeps his responses cryptic, Eric Trump is coming from someone so close to the venue itself. It makes these rumors feel less like wishful thinking and more like real momentum building in plain sight. With each comment, the hype grows, and the event feels closer to becoming the spectacle everyone's already imagining. But Demetrius Johnson...
The years, and there was very big rumors about you and Conor McGregor. I know Umar Kremlev has said that he wants to maybe stage that fight one day in Russia. Do you think that would ever happen, you boxing Conor McGregor, or you having a crossover fight with Conor McGregor?
Oh yeah, that's possible also with Conor McGregor. Depends, but as long as I can still fight.
And then just final one from me, similar to Conor McGregor, have Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is of course a massive star in MMA and undefeated fighter. If you had the choice between fighting Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov, who would you fight and why?
McGregor.
And why would it be McGregor, not Khabib?
Too much.
Do you prefer that?
I want to shut his mouth out.
Do you prefer that somebody at Khabib is very humble, very, is a very religious man? You prefer that type of person?
He's a nice guy. He's a nice person, humble, and that's an inspiration. A good role model for.
In contrast, Chael Sonnen offered a reality check, drawing attention to how odd this whole situation is. He admits it's anyone other than Conor McGregor taking the spotlight, and while Michael Chandler might get a look, expected to win, and stacking him against the opponent could turn the whole thing into a mockery. To him, the White House card is not merely a conflict-related risk, balancing hype with the hard.
Do you turn to Michael Chandler? It's very hard for me to believe that Conor McGregor is going to return and that anybody else get that opportunity. I feel if we're going by what the right thing to do, and we don't have to do that, by the way. The right thing to do has got 20 different answers, not to mention what difference does it make, right? I mean, these aren't children where you're trying to do it right in Little League and everybody gets a turn to bat. It's not like that. But if it was, I think it would have to be Chandler, or at least Chandler would have to sure be considered. And you're also going to have to take into consideration to some degree, like we don't need Conor to win. We're not even expecting him to win. We're a little bit further. We acknowledge there's no way that Conor can win. And you're putting him in a beyond silly situation. We have never returned somebody after a 4-year break and put him in a 5-round atmosphere.
Chael presented the difficult facts, and Michael Chandler addresses the practical aspects of the matter. He makes it known the indecision is not his problem. The full burden is on McGregor and obstacles he still must clear for his return. Chandler emphasizes his professionalism, always showing up ready once the deal is signed. Yet he allows a hint of hope that a fight might occur, mentioning talks persist.
In his view, the fighters grinding every day and earning their place in the octagon should take priority over stars who pick and choose their moments. He's advocating for merit over hype, warning that even legends shouldn't cut the line when others are putting in the work and making fights happen right now. Manny Pacquiao has thrown his own bold challenge into the mix. He wants a White House boxing match with McGregor. For Pacquiao, it's personal, partly out of loyalty to his friend Khabib, and he's eager to see McGregor prove himself. With new voices entering the conversation, the event feels less like speculation and more like an inevitable collision fans can't ignore. Each new challenge only increases the pressure. Chael Sonnen offered a reality check, pointing out just how strange this entire situation is. He acknowledges that it's hard to imagine anyone other than Conor McGregor getting this spotlight. While Michael Chandler might be considered, if he's expected to win easily, putting him against McGregor could turn the whole thing into a joke. To some,
I'm unsure he'll ever achieve the same stardom Conor achieved, yet I feel he has fulfilled the buzz and the anticipation at a standard placed on him since he first entered the UFC, and he ought to be very pleased with that. Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen both aren't pulling punches. Should Conor McGregor miss the White House event, all discussion of his return begins to sound hollow. Over the last 5 years, McGregor has hinted at coming back, enticing supporters and fueling rumors, yet Cormier and Sonnen state that words can only extend thus far. The White House platform is not merely another bout, it represents a declaration, an occasion that might at last confirm all he's been suggesting. Miss it and the mystique of his return risks sliding from buzz to skepticism, causing fans and fighters to wonder if the icon is still as earnest as he states. I do not think that Conor will Can Conor still control the news even after he loses? He's feigned a return for 5 years. If the White House intervenes, I wasn't present, yet you'll meet me in November. You'll find me next January. Or will that be McGrath's ultimate deception? You are among the few folks that still trust Cather sometimes. You don't, pal. Most folks don't, but you truly do. I recall that one time where I was chuckling at you. I was like, dude, chill. You're like the girlfriend, pal. That just goes back each time. Man, he is just a bad guy. You know he doesn't really deserve you, but when he calls, you're always like, you know what? Perhaps he's changed. So Tim, just you still think that Congress is returning now. He won't make it to the White House. It's finished. Because here's the thing. Love it, hate it. Love him or hate him. The White House card will be the biggest card we've ever seen, but it can only be the biggest card that you will ever get if Conor McGregor is on.
Sonnen laid out the harsh facts, and Michael Chandler addresses the practical side of things. He makes it clear the uncertainty isn't his problem. The ball is entirely in McGregor's court, along with whatever obstacles he still needs to overcome for his comeback. Chandler emphasizes his professionalism, always showing up ready once a contract is signed. Still, he leaves room for hope that the fight might happen, mentioning that conversations are ongoing. One thing is certain, Chandler will be on the White House card on June 14th, regardless of how the McGregor situation plays out. His enthusiasm is unmistakable as he paints a picture of what's coming. Even though opponents haven't been finalized, he's ready for anyone and focused on the bigger picture of this monumental event, walking out from the Oval Office in front of tens of thousands on America's 250th anniversary. This is a moment that will never happen again. Chandler is already thinking beyond the fight itself, planning his training camp and visualizing an entirely new experience in an unprecedented setting. The uncertainty only adds to the intrigue, making the White House fight unlike anything else in combat sports history.
Most reliable, most professional man in mixed martial arts, maybe in the history of mixed martial arts. So when I sign my name to a dotted line, I show up and do the work every single day. With that being said, there's still some hope there that maybe that fight happens. We shall see, but you know, we're having some conversations, and either way, I will be on the White House lawn.
His excitement is unmistakable as he illustrates the coming future's vision. Even if opponents are still unconfirmed, he's game for all and centered on the grander goal of a monumental occasion, emerging from the Oval Office before tens of thousands on America's 250th anniversary. This is a moment that won't ever recur. Chandler's already considering past the fight itself, establishing training and conceiving a completely new experience in an unmatched setting. The unknown only fuels the suspense, making the White House bout truly unique from any other platform in combat sports.
Or anything, but Dana was very clear, like the matchmaking was going to start last week. Have you been involved in at least conversations since that point?
Conversations have been had, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out, Mike.
Yeah, and you're open to anyone. I feel like
yeah,
you just want to fight on that card.
Yeah, man. So we'll see.
And what would that mean? Would that be you won some big fights? It doesn't matter who the guy is, but like, can you think of what that moment can be like? I mean, President Trump is out there saying all crazy things about 100,000 people. It's going to be insane and unique and one of a kind. Walking out from the Oval Office, can you even fathom and picture this moment yet?
Not really, man. It is historic, and it's a one-of-one type of event. It will never happen again. Could never happen again, probably. So, it's cool, man. It's a bright future. It's a really, really cool event. It's America's 250th anniversary, so I'm excited about that. So we'll get the matchup set. We'll sign a contract. We'll get our date set. I've already kind of started laying the foundation of a training camp, and I need to start laying the foundation of the visualization of what this thing's going to look like, because the problem is we don't know what the heck it's going to look like. It's going to be